Come on, Neil. Come on, Neil.
Thank you. Frame 13, Neil Robertson to break.
Robertson breaks off then, a little bit more respectability about the score. Don't forget he was whitewashed in yesterday's session. He's managed to win 2 of the first 4 frames tonight though. Steve Maguire's safety shot is not good. He's gone too far there. Well, you can see that Steve Maguire just gone walkabout there, and he can now because the wall is up and the arena here at the Crucible Theatre in Sheffield is open to the whole audience. They can see this match now. Well, I mean, that was so far out, it's untrue.
One. Eight. Nine. Sixteen. 17. 24.
Pink's available then in the left corner.
$25.
And it's a slight angle to go up for the blue.
$30. $31.
Well, it's been a real contrast, the first session to the second, because in the first session Maguire made 2 centuries and total 7 breaks of 50 or more. Now tonight, this is the first break over 30 he's made. We're in the 5th frame. He didn't really play at all. He managed to win a couple, but this goes to show you a difference from one day to the next at this game.
Well, I did mention earlier, it's what can you do, Neil, after playing so well and winning a session 8-0? I mean, how can you better that? And sometimes it can have an effect.
Yeah, well, Neil Robertson hasn't played brilliantly either. I mean, this opening effort at a red, he's playing to cut this in, and he's hit it so much too thin. I mean, it wasn't an easy shot, but he nearly missed the red altogether.
37.
Very important shots those, the one Maguire just potted, because when you lose position you've got to pot that recovery shot, as we call it, when you've slipped out of position and it becomes a missable shot. He struck that beautiful. Didn't quite get the right contact on the pack, and he could be on nothing here.
40.
See the angle the cue ball comes in. He needed to catch the top reds on the way down on the left hand side as we look at it, and he would have definitely split them out. Just a fraction, but it's enough.
Stephen Maguire, 40.
In the end, he just got down and hit that. He hardly took any time on it. I think he's a bit annoyed about the way he played the previous shot, but not happy, to say the least. This was Maguire's shot, and he just hit it. He didn't even feather it up. After looking around the table, that was all he did. It's been a very strange match. It's been not only some great snooker, but some pretty average stuff on times, especially this evening from both players. He wants to play the red with the yellow. Looks like the best option for a good safety shot. Well, after all that, he had a kick, but it's come out okay. Looks like he's covered that red on the left cushion there with the yellow. Worth a try this red. If he gets it, he'd be on pink or black. A bit more like the Maguire we see in the first session. Great shot this. Needs a kiss on the black. Not bad. Caught it a little thinner, it would have helped.
backspin he gets on here. Oh, thin cut, slightly awkward bridging.
Eight.
Well, couldn't have worked out better. Couldn't have a full ball kissing the green, he'd been on that then.
Twelve. Thirteen.
Wrong side of the blue. Referee Michaela Tapp was down looking then to see. Maguire must have been very close to touching the ball.
18.
Not as good a shot as he played for a while, positionally anyway.
19.
Yes, he might be a little happier now than he was earlier in the frame, because I think he was just simmering, which he does sometimes, but when he gets a bit worked up, it's sometimes when he starts to play his very best snooker.
25.
This is frame ball. He's taken a glance at the score, so he'll be aware that this is all he needs.
26.
So it looks like he's going to extend his lead once again.
That's a fair point you made there, Neil. If Stephen Maguire gets a little bit too flat out there, perhaps he loses his inspiration when he's out there. There's a fine line, of course, between being over the top, getting upset at everything, and fighting that and not getting upset over anything.
Stephen Maguire, 31.
Anyway, that 31 break should be enough. But Neil Robertson is coming back to the table. Barring Snookers though, it's 11-2 to Steve Maguire.
Foul. Stephen Maguire 4 and the 5th.
Well, his concession has come, so another frame goes Stephen Maguire's way. He now leads by 11 frames to 2.
I suppose, Terry, there is the possibility this is a match that could be won with a session to spare. And I don't suppose Stephen Maguire would mind if that was the case, because it would give him a day off tomorrow, and he's got a lot of important snooker to play if he's going to get through this match.
Yes, we've seen a few of the matches that looked as if they could finish in 2 sessions. Stephen Hendry was one of them, and against Sting. Mr. Carter against Sean Murphy, but they all went into the 3rd session.
Yeah, I mean, Maguire's got to win 2 of tonight's last 3 frames to win the match a day early.
Thank you. Playing 14, Steve Maguire to break.
Good break-off shot from Stephen Maguire. Found the ball cushion, which has not always been the case actually. A lot of the break-off shots have gone wrong in this championship from many different players. See, that is another really surprising ill-directed shot there from Neil Robertson. You can hardly look at the outcome of it. I mean, that is about a quarter ball red, and he's hit it ever so thin. That's twice now he's done that.
Well, to be fair, he's been offered a few shots that he's got to go for that are not very pleasant for him at the moment, and he's not feeling at his best, so Maguire's taking a bit of a risk here. Oh, he played it well. Judged the cannon to perfection to stay on the black.
No, great shot there from Maguire. He knew that there was a really good chance he would nudge the pack of reds and stay on the black. He was queuing awkwardly there, as you saw, but nicely on the black.
Eight. Nine.
On the way he's walking around the table, he's on one of these reds that there was doubt for a second. Just get to the bottom of the two reds. Well, the other one would go as well, but this offers the better position on the black. He's played for the red this time. And with a young gentleman with us here today who we've seen
24.
many times in the Crucible. It's the father of our tournament director, Michael Ganley, and his name is Len Ganley. Sure you remember him. Nicknamed the Ball Crusher,
25.
one of our best referees, and he's 65 today. Happy birthday from everybody at the Crucible, Len.
$32.
4 reds, 4 blacks. There'll only be one thing in Steve Maguire's mind here.
Steve Maguire.
Oh,
32.
didn't expect him to miss that one. Trying to hold here for the black. Bit early to think of a maximum, but the way the reds are set, they're all down this side of the table. It has certainly been in Stephen Maguire's mind.
Going back a few shots to Neil Robertson's opener. Again, it was not nice, as Terry highlighted, but he hit this awfully thin. And of course the black going into the reds, I suppose he's lucky to get another shot. He didn't even want to look at it. It was like X-rated seeing that again.
Not a great safety shot. Now, can you get through to the nearest red? Well, he can't. It's a tough one. Well, that wasn't even close. Poor attempt that for from such a good long potter.
1.
Maguire shaking his head. I wouldn't like to see him in the chair if he was 11-2 down.
8. Nine.
Well, position wasn't good, but I think he's taken the green on. Very good. In full flow, we'd expect him to make that one.
12.
But in the situation he's in here, he done well there.
Well, it was a great part, but he got hold of the cue ball too well. He's unlucky to finish there. And he's left with nothing really to go for. Cover up behind the brown he's played. And he's got it.
13.
A little unlucky there, I'd say, was Neil. Well, he's had a look at playing one cushion, but he'd like to hide the red over on the right so that Neil Robertson can't cut it in. So that's as important to him.
File on a bit. Neil Robertson 4.
He'll be going back all day. I don't think that Neil Robertson fancy the thin cut. He might just like this one as it happens. He's having a look at it. There's a chance it'll go back still, though.
never looked confident on that. Don't think it's not going to say it is the wrong shot, because when you're 11-2 down, you've got to make something happen at some time.
When you say wrong shot, I suppose, like me, you thought he might have it put back, I guess. Didn't expect Maguire to miss that one. You mentioned earlier, with the cushions being reclossed, we'd expect the pockets to give you a little bit more leeway, but they're still tight along these bottom cushions.
Yeah, sure. 8.
I didn't expect Stephen to miss this one, I have to be honest. That was consecutive shots along that cushion missed by either player.
Robertson 8.
He didn't have a lot of angle to play there, but he seemed to go down one, stand up again, and by the time he gone down a second time, it wasn't clear. I don't think he hadn't visualised the shot, let's put it that way. It's hard sometimes when you're so far behind to visualise anything.
One.
I'm not sure if he played the corner on that red, but he's on the black. Certainly not an easy one with things that's gone before. Gets this, you got a good chance of winning the frame.
Foul.
Oh, the black didn't go in, then the red went in.
Robertson 7.
It's all happening here. Not a lot of it good though.
One.
We were half expecting that to go in off the way this frame has gone. Even after saying that, he hasn't come great here on the colours. There's possible, could have been on, well, 5 of the colours that were down there. He's not on any of them, but a great angle. Anyway, yellow. It's the best chance of getting position.
Three. Four.
Now then, needs an angle on the pink. Good ready pottage here. I think he's a little bit straight on the pink. He'd want to get on one of those reds there into the left corner. There's a possibility he could run through it, get one of them into the right centre. Well, he's got a bit of an angle. Wow, he's overdone it.
Ten. Your Robertson 10.
played a good safety shot at least. Just wonder if Maguire, so he could get to it full ball. That's not bad. Trouble is he's pushed a red near a pocket. Not over the pocket, but quite close.
Looks to have a perfect angle on the blue then.
Six.
And he's had a look there to see possibly if the pink can be re-spotted. If he takes it on, it looks as if it's on his spot.
7.
And it's clear to pot and get on the last red. 16 in front, 22 with the pink. Well, seems a little bit more complicated. He hasn't got an angle obviously on the pink to get right behind the red, so he's going to have to screw back and leave a little more distance between the two balls.
$13.
Still needs a colour, which probably will be the blue. So 28 the difference with just the colours left, 27 points.
19. $21.
It's a frame that Stephen Maguire has had 2 or 3 good chances in. He got in with 4 red blacks at the start.
24.
Has struggled thereafter. He's in a long lead, but I think he would like to get the match over tonight. Give him tomorrow off, but
28.
may not be the case now.
$33. $39.
To complete a break of 46, and Neil Robertson has won another frame, but he still trails Steve Maguire by 11 frames to 3. Steve Maguire's just popped out, and when he comes back we'll resume commentary.
Thank you. Frame 15. Neil Robertson to break. Settle down now.
The long pot is on, but the black's tied up. So if he's going for it, he may hit this with power. Back up for the blue or bar colours. Get too close to that. Well, okay, you could say he's a little unlucky to leave the red this easy, but he was quite a long way out with the pot.
1.
Thumbs up.
5.
Seemed to hit it quite well there to try split the reds, but didn't happen. Perhaps he's trying to get a message across. Perhaps he has. I just think he hasn't had that much luck in this match, but it seems like it out there sometimes when you're a long way behind.
Well, he nearly broke the back of the pocket, didn't he, with the brown? He didn't really get into the reds all that well, but he could have finished on something
Robertson,
better.
5.
This was the reaction. Big thumbs up. I think that's sarcasm, irony, whatever you want to call it.
I played behind the blue and yellow. Caught that a little thin. Much better shot from Robertson.
I think the pocket would be in the way of a natural shot, but he'd play it with a little bit left-hand side. He could just get in behind the red.
Hole and a miss. Neil Robertson, 4.
It's a bit more like it from Neil. He's a tremendous spotter normally. But of course, all his concentration went into the pot, didn't put a lot of it into the positional side. It's a little unfortunate to land where he has there. He's only got pink to go for. Well, he may think that he's looked at the pink into the right centre, but the pot and angle is as such that he may have to try and deviate the cue off his natural cue, ball off the natural path, and he's done that really well. Just needed a bit of stun and touch aside for this red.
7. 8. 14. $15.
Well, I was thinking that the black spot is covered by a red. It may still be the case, actually. And he certainly tried to shift those reds away there. Now, our referee tonight, Michaela Tabb,
22.
has managed to put it close to its spot because all other spots are occupied. Not touching the red, though.
He's had a look round by the black spots. You'd have to drop this red very gently to stay on the black. Good options here. Good swing round the back of the black. Play it with some check side up for the pink. No. Just changed his mind there. He's now playing with backspin.
23.
Don't think he'd be playing safe from here anyway. If he can't see the pink, he'd be taking the green on. Well, he's playing safe.
Neil Robertson.
Good shot.
23.
Well, he missed a similar snooker like that earlier on in this frame, but made the adjustment this time. Doesn't look too happy in his chair, Stephen Maguire. Hasn't played anywhere near like he would have wanted to in this session. Well, if they caught the green full on, I think Steve Maguire may have taken that red on left of the pink. Maybe just the safety this time. Well, when you're playing off the side of the pack of reds, you often see a ball shoot out and go on one of the corners, and you may be able to pot this red and screw across for the black. Well, it can't win off, surely. That's been a miracle shot he went in off from there. If you look across the table, he went with those a gap between those three reds on the single red.
87. Eight.
That was a good shot. I just wonder if he's just
14.
starting to play, and his concentration didn't look very good in the first few frames, but he's starting to, well, warm to the task, but he's such a long way behind. You just feel that he couldn't win the match from here, really.
20.
I suppose if he won the last 2 frames of this session, this and the last one, then he's got some
21.
kind of a hope. Well, he's had a look at the 3 reds close together, and the red on the left of the 3 will pot.
27. 28.
I think we had a match last year where Sean Murphy came from 11-5 down against Matthew Stevens to win. That's the first time anyone's ever come back from 11-5 in a best of 25 frame match. So I know that Stephen Maguire won't be counting his chickens.
34.
But he kind of seems to have played a little bit flat tonight after yesterday's terrific session.
35.
So Robertson looks to have pulled another frame back. It was 11-2. Looks like it's going to be 11-4, and he's certainly playing better.
41. 42. Forty-eight. 49. 55.
Oh, red passes the black.
Oh.
56.
His confidence is up. He played a screw back and move the red as well. This is the best bit of form we've seen from Neil Robertson in not just this in this session, but in the match really.
64.
Playing much quicker, more aggressive.
$71. 73.
Perhaps the first time we see in my a lot of shrewd punters thought this would be a very close match.
91.
Breakline is highest of the match. He pulls another frame back, but he still trails Steve Maguire with 11 frames to fall. See both players in the chair there on the Crucible Theatre, which is thinning out a little bit. Time is drifting on. And two going to catch the last best possible. Now you see the people standing up. It's very comfortable here in the Crucible, the seats, but if you're sitting down there all day with your knees bent, you need a little stretch.
Thank you. Final frame of the session, Steve Maguire to break.
So this will be the final frame of the second session of this match. Don't forget, Maguire came in 8-0 up. He's actually behind on the session now, thanks to some better play from Neil Robertson in the last couple of frames. A terrific shot. Really good shot. Going to touch the sides and perfectly on the black.
Eight.
Needs a gap after putting this through the other reds, and he's found one.
9.
Now he's playing here with left hand side, or he's considering playing around to break up the reds, I think. He has got a red at the bottom of the pack. He's changed his mind and he's playing the pink. He was kind of in between both shots, in fairness. The blue and the pink were both not exactly what he was looking for. It's never going to be an easy shot with the rest, this one, to screw back to play position.
One.
Nice angle on the blue. The choices are straight into the top red. I'll play for the one loose one below the pack. Well, the other option, of course, was to miss the blue.
Maguire 1.
Amazing.
Seems to have lost his way. No doubt about that. He was absolutely brilliant yesterday. Yesterday's snooker was the best session by one player seen for a long time, but he's played nothing like it today at all.
good try there. He was going to be on the pink and covering a few reds with the yellow, as it turns out. I think Stephen Maguire can get through to this red in the right corner. Just had a look there if you could pot it and stay for the black. Seemed to overhit that a little bit. That's what happens out there when you start to struggle, you lose your timing. If you look at this red, he needs power, but he's caught that thick and the cue ball still would have gone into the baulk area. May play to cannon the black on here. Well, that's what he tried. That was a long way out, that red from Neil Robertson. I see Steve Maguire's dropped below 90. I think Neil Robertson would have climbed up to 88 because he was a lot lower than that earlier on. Well, he's looking at a 3-ball plant here. Looking at the angle of the second red onto the third. Oh, it's very difficult to see from that angle if it is available. Maybe just check he's not going to knock a red over the corner. There's a big gap between the balls if he's playing it. Be try and get the cue ball down into a safe position anyway. Oh, not far out. Got a good white though, is it? I think it's covered the red on the corner. The only shot he had there, he had to roll up to cover that red. Now if he's touching, this offers Steve Maguire quite a good chance. Well, you can see from that overhead camera there, there's a little gap between the two reds.
Foul on him.
Well, perhaps Steve Maguire thought he was touching. I think he was playing very thin off the top red. Try and get behind the green and brown.
One.
Good shot. Black is available. Steve Maguire looks on. He's been doing quite a lot of this evening.
7. Neil Robertson 7.
Well, I mean, he had a nice kiss there, and the red on the left, or near the left pocket, looks like he might have covered it. It's been the story of the night, really. The balls haven't really run all that well for both players. There's a mistake which Maguire never paid for. Robertson can't get to that one.
Foul in a minute. Steve Maguire.
And that just about sums up the session as well. He only had to roll up onto the red. Well, what's going to happen here then? Steve Maguire, there's no point really in putting him back, is there? Surely Neil wouldn't miss it the second time. And he cut the red quite thin to try and cover the red that is ready on the left pocket, but there's another one there now.
Yeah, I think he's left it on, and of course, don't forget, Maguire didn't have to play that shot if he didn't want to. He could have had the balls replaced, or Neil could have played from where the balls landed. So Maguire took a gamble. I was going to say it's going to cost him, but as much as it was a good pot, he didn't really get hold of the cue ball. I think he meant to go a lot lower on the cue ball than that. I suppose he'll be pleased to see the red go in, but not really a colour on. I think he's going to have to play a safety shot.
Well, he's taken his little bit of time over this. Those long pots were very much the foundation of Neil Robertson's successes. Last season he won 2 events. And another one comes along. Well, I don't know if it's just the 6 points he went for, or there's something available here.
7.
Just potted the pink, and now he's going to play a safety shot.
Neil Robertson 7.
Well, he's covered all the important reds. Steve Maguire, I think, can only get through to the 3 reds on the right-hand cushion. Well, that was a little ambitious with what's gone on before.
Didn't get anywhere near it, Terry, did he? I mean, if you see this in slow motion, he's missed that by a mile.
Well, the double kiss he had made it look a little bit worse, because the cue ball would have stayed possibly down in the balk area, but his kiss didn't brought it back up amongst the reds.
I think he's looking to maybe push the pink on in putting that red. Well, it was worth a try. Unfortunately, it's the same old story though. He's missed the first red. It's been scrappy tonight, and this frame is no exception. When you would say that Neil Robertson has struggled, he's actually made breaks of 93 and 98 tonight. They're the only two breaks over 50 from either player. But this is a pretty ugly frame now.
He's looking at the red along this cushion, and how the cue ball will react off it. In an ideal world, he'll cannon into the red above it and hold for the pink, but this pot looks very tough along the cushion, so just playing away down to the safe area. Out and well executed. Didn't look from here, he could pot that and avoid cannons on the other ball, but he just missed the pink and red on the left hand side and the red on the way back up. Tad unfortunate not to be on the colour.
Neil Robertson 1. Final in a miss. Neil Robertson 4.
I think it was one of those shots he didn't see a shot there, so he had a wallop, and you can see he's not happy about things tonight. It's been a pretty miserable session for him, boosted by the fact that he was 8-0 up at the start of it, of course. But he hasn't really played at all.
7. 8.
Well, somehow he's getting a good lead going in the frame. It's been, as we've said, a very, very scrappy encounter, this one. You get frames like this, sessions like this, and well, Neil Robertson is making the scoreline at least respectable here. When
14.
There was talk of a whitewash at one point when he was trailing 9-0.
15.
Yes, if he does clinch this, of course, he would have won this session 5-3. Which he's well capable of, but it's only late on in this session he started to play a bit better. You're right, Neil, it's been a pretty low standard for two, well, top-class players.
22.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fair to say that the game is just not so easy that you can get someone like Maguire the way he played yesterday and he just follows it up today. The game's more difficult than that. Robertson will be feeling a lot better about his game, although he doesn't like that shot too much. He knew full well that he only wanted, well, a highish colour, and the frame is safe because there are 4 reds remaining, so potential 59 on. Currently 56 the difference, but the colour, as long as it was brown or above, would have put him safe.
Neil Robertson, 29.
So, it's a good lead, but not necessarily a winning lead in the frame. There it is, 56 behind is Steve Maguire, with a possible 59 on, albeit with the black tied up and all the red's awkward. That was better, and generally that's been the case since the mid-session interval tonight for the Australian, who had a miserable afternoon yesterday.
6. 7. 12. 13.
'A bit of a shot, wasn't it? People went like a banana there, but the red, unfortunately,
18.
does not pot. So now what have we got? We've got Steve Maguire looking to get out of the arena. Neil Robertson is still at the table. So the handshake takes place. It's another frame to Neil Robertson. He wins the session, but Stephen Maguire still leads in the match by 11 frames to 5. These two complete tomorrow.